behind for right now. Okay, so that's right. Let's swap that. Let's see. This right. Need okay. That back. Back way. Okay. Try this. Fucking difficult. Um, maybe try. Yeah. Think that. Alright, so looks like I'm back. Alright, so guess we'll try to dive into this. My screen need long, I should say. Alright, so starting off from yesterday, uh these are the transcripts from Matthew Davis's live streams, August of 18th of 2020. Okay, looks like I'm back. So, um, let's see here. Take notebook data. Okay. Uh, hopefully I'm back. Sorry about that. All right. So let's get back into this. Um, so I've got 148 transcripts or 144. So yeah, this is from August. Um, so August of last year. I did put it into the chat GPT. The first 10 minutes. Uh, and all that I did was clean it into a readable paragraph. So we'll listen to this. Oh, sorry guys. Uh, just realized I did not have the audio turned on. So let me do that. Right. So now we should be able to hear it.
At the start of the stream, the speaker greets Travis warmly and says they're glad he's there. They explain that the past few days have been stressful and that they've had a lot on their mind. They mention feeling irritated by people recently, but despite the stress, they believe things are going amazing and say they just need to keep things moving in the right direction. The speaker encourages Travis to become a paid member of the channel for $9.99, joking that he is already like a knight of the round table and saying it would make his
Long
username
delay.
green in chat. The speaker then talks about trying to get their birth certificate in person instead of waiting for it to arrive by mail. They explain that they want it so they can save up for a passport and eventually leave their current situation behind. They argue that paying extra money to get documents faster is worthwhile because time is invaluable. According to them, people who criticize the spending don't understand their philosophy about reality and productivity. From there, the conversation becomes more philosophical. The speaker says that reality is what I make it, though they admit it is more complicated than that. They claim they damn near get everything they want and describe this as manifest destiny. They talk about saving money to fix their teeth and believe that once they do, other people will finally accept that the things they have been saying are real. They frame this as other people currently being in denial and say that crossing certain thresholds requires reaching a final stage of acceptance. Later, the speaker responds to someone named Selena and describes America as a social experiment. They discuss cannabis laws and note that marijuana is still classified as a Schedule I substance, despite what they believe are growing discoveries about its health benefits compared to tobacco or nicotine. At the same time, they say they believe people should wait until their brains are fully developed, around ages 21 to 25 in their opinion, before using cannabis, caffeine, or other substances. They speculate about controlled vitamins, protein, and natural supplements for development, while acknowledging that they are not a doctor or pharmacist and do not really know what they are talking about medically. The speaker then shifts back into live stream mode, telling viewers to relax and thanking everyone for supporting the stream. They encourage new viewers to subscribe and say their goal is to reach 10,000 subscribers, eventually growing to 100,000 subscribers overall. After that, they explain a major personal goal: traveling to Texas to visit Johnny Dang and fix their teeth with jewelry like various rappers. They mention artists including Lil Wayne, Travis Scott, Kevin Gates, Kodak Black, and Biggs the Plug as examples of people with similar dental jewelry. Toward the end of the section, the speaker answers a question about how they keep their phone charged while streaming. They explain that they carry multiple battery packs and recharge them at hotels and libraries. According to them, some of the batteries are strong enough to charge the phone while live streaming at the same time. They describe having backup battery packs and an external microphone to improve the stream's sound quality. Finally, they test the microphone live on stream, repeatedly asking viewers whether the audio sounds better in different positions.
Alright, so that was the first 10 minutes um, of the transcript. So we'll put it in the next. And okay, hopefully I'm back. Sorry about that again. Um, I do live in a mountain valley area, so I've got Trinity Valley to my north, Creighton Valley to the east, and well, I guess Cold Spring. Either way, it's really brutal. Um, so back to it. Anyhow, sorry. Uh, so that was the first 10 minutes of his live stream. We'll go ahead and do the second bit and see what it all says. Uh, that in, and it looks like I went offline and back. Do want to apologize for that, everyone. Alright, so the second portion is in, as you guys can see here, from the 11-minute mark, um, all the way down to just below, right before the 20-minute mark. So, this one's a little bit longer. Let's hear it.
The speaker continues experimenting with microphone placement and asks viewers whether the audio sounds better. They explain that they try to keep the microphone plugged in as often as possible, but the batteries drain quickly. Because of that, they rotate between two microphones and swap batteries whenever one gets low. They mention wanting to buy even more equipment, saying they are very serious about backup batteries and charging systems. According to them, they originally owned 4 supercharged battery packs, but misplaced one, leaving them with 3. The speaker thanks their online community for supporting them financially and says that, because of viewer support, they can afford the things they need. They describe the process ahead of them, first obtaining their birth certificate, then getting a passport, and finally traveling to Texas. They complain about how long the passport process takes and explain that they are currently trying to save money both for the passport and for a plane ticket. They directly encourage viewers to send super chats and donations, especially to help pay for hotels and dental work. Despite the slow progress, they say they feel excited because they have been working toward these goals every day for a long time and believe they are finally close. The conversation then shifts into discussion about streaming as a career. The speaker says live streaming has become a full-time job that already pays as much as a normal job. They reject the idea that they should get traditional employment while growing their audience, insisting that the stream is already financially worthwhile. They repeatedly say they are locked in and committed to this path. At one point, they jokingly tell viewers not to call them twin because they are not anyone's clone. The speaker reintroduces themselves to new viewers, describing themselves as a rap artist and once again explaining that they plan to visit Johnny Dang to fix their teeth. They compare themselves to rappers such as Lil Wayne and also reference the Island Boys. The speaker repeatedly asks viewers to support the stream financially and even jokes that wealthy viewers should donate $10,000 if they have enough money in their bank accounts. After this, the tone becomes more emotional and confrontational. The speaker focuses on a wealthy individual they feel disappointed by, claiming that the person could easily have given them money but chose not to. They say they originally believed this person was different from other wealthy people and feel personally let down. The speaker describes themselves as having been genuine and friendly, but now sees the situation differently and calls the person immature. They emphasize that they do not have many close relationships and explain that they used to smile whenever this person appeared. But now they feel finished with the relationship. The speaker then launches into a broader discussion about wealth and financial systems. They argue that wealthy people generally stay wealthy unless they lose control through drug use or reckless spending. According to them, people with passive income can remain rich indefinitely because their money earns more than they spend. They become increasingly frustrated with chat comments, insisting that many people secretly have far more money than they admit. They point to expensive vehicles, high credit scores, and access to large loans as evidence that many adults are financially comfortable, even if they pretend otherwise. As the rant continues, the speaker becomes more agitated and describes modern American society as debt-based. They tell viewers to stop arguing with them and insist that everybody's in debt in America. Eventually, they pause and acknowledge that they sometimes need to calm themselves down because they want to focus on moving forward rather than backward. Toward the end of the segment, The speaker argues with commenters about spending habits and material possessions. They defend purchases like microphones and streaming equipment, claiming that critics do not understand the value of physical possessions or content creation tools. Finally, they return to introducing themselves to new viewers. They say they have been homeless for nearly 4 years, describe themselves as recovering from traumatic brain injury and seizures, and once again explain their goal of traveling to Texas to visit Johnny Dang for dental work and jewelry, similar to what famous rappers wear.
Right, so that was the next 10 minutes there. So that was the first 20 minutes of his live stream out of a 4 hour. Very sorry about my internet connection. I know it's extremely poor, and now it's saying that I got no data again. Right after it said excellent. So I'm gonna probably show this.